Hello everyone, welcome back to Manufactoria 2022. Last episode we did Barber, Dogwalker, and Chatterbot. Look at me, getting perfects on all of them. I'm a genius, I tell you. And we're moving on to either chess or kind words. Let's try chess first. Evan had been trying to persuade me to get into chess, very effective for preventing neural decay in a high percentage of elderly humans, but I was sick of losing. I needed a neutral party to coach me. I needed to have a face so I could be mad at it properly when I lost anyway. If there is a blue at the end of the tape, remove it before producing. So we're kind of copying the tape. When we see a red, we copy. But if we see a blue, we hold on to it for a bit. They are giving me the ability to use green here. And I guess I need it, right? Because I have to actually, I have to know when I'm done. Yeah, okay. So basically, every time I see a blue, I have to look at the next. I have to hang on, I have to be in the mode where I'm hanging on to a blue. If I see a red, I write out the blue I was hanging on to and then the red, and then I go back to not hanging on to a blue, basically, right? When I finally reach the end, if I was hanging on to a blue, I don't write it, whether I was hanging on to a blue or not, I guess. Okay. So we need kind of three main states we can be in, I think. Oh, of course we need to write our green first. So this will be the state where we're not hanging on to a blue, because we just got here, right? In that state, if we see a red, we just write it and we go back to the same state. If we see a blue, we have to hang on to it. And start scanning again. So can I get away with just saying, if you see a blue, copy it. If you see a red, what do I do if I see a red? I output the blue and the red and then go back to this same state, right? No. I output the blue and the red and go to this state. So actually, I think I didn't want to copy this or to mirror this. If I see a blue, go back to the state where I'm hanging on to one blue. If I see a green, then the last one I saw was blue, so I can just accept. Here, I guess I accept also. If I see a red, that's the interesting setup, right? That I think means I need to scoot that up a tick. Because if I've seen a red... Wait. I don't want to go back to this state. I want to go to this one. Which I guess means... like that. And in this state, I've seen a blue followed by a red, so I need to write a blue followed by a red, like so. I can do a bit better on stampers, actually. I mean, first of all, let's just run this. It should be pretty good for area, at least. Yeah, and indeed, that was all I did well on. That's fine. One fewer scanner, or stamper, I saw how to do that. One less time is a little tricky, actually. But this red stamper I don't need. If I... No. Move this to here. Did that do what I wanted? It did, okay. And that to here. Then I can make that a pipe. That thing writes down, and then we go to the right here, and we reuse this red on our way into the red zone, right? Is that faster on time? I guess it might be. Yeah. So that's my best solution in every metric, actually, right? It's minimum area, minimum time, apparently. And also minimum number of stampers. So it's always nice when you can have just one that does everything. Yeah, cool. Okay, well, let's leave Chess AI alone, then. I see, we can learn video games here. Let's have a look at kind words. I don't know how hard it is. It's 3 stars. Sometimes those are pretty hard. Sometimes they're not that bad. I saw someone on the Discord was working on optimizing it and came up with some solution that was shockingly good according to the graphs. So that's interesting. Sometimes people just need to hear something nice. What if we made a robot that told them exactly what they wanted to hear? Remove the last command before producing. Well, that just seems like basically what I just did, right? Except I need to like do the same thing for red that I was doing for blue. So it doesn't seem difficult at all. Maybe optimizing it is hard? Can I look at the goals out here? I don't think I can, right? Yeah, not until I've solved it. Kind of, I don't know, maybe a little annoying. It might be nice to know what I'm aiming for. But fine, I can see not wanting to be pressured if you're not like aiming for optimizations. So we again start by stamping in a green. And I guess we need a special exit case for here, right? If there's only a green here, we do need to exit immediately. I can't share that with another state. Because that'll be the only time... No. Anytime I see a green, no matter what node I was remembering, I just leave immediately. Because the thing I saw before that was the last one, and I'm dumping it. So I can actually have this node be, if I want, the I just saw... No, I can't have it be I just saw a red. Because then, when if I next see a blue or something or whatever, I'll be like, oh, I need to write that red I saw. So I think I do need... a custom... This has to be a special state distinct from the rest, I think. Which I kind of hate. And basically, if I see a blue, I go... This is the state where the last thing I saw was a blue, right? So if the next thing I see is also a blue, then I can just write the one that I was hanging on to and go back to this state. That's easy. The question is what to do about the red and the green. The green is easy also. If I most recently saw a blue and I now see a green, I must be done. If I see a red, I need to write a blue and then get to this state, basically. So really, it's just like this, but like with extra, copy these three and mirror them and so on, and then extra conveyor belts to connect stuff up. And it's optimizing the conveyor belts that I assume is the difficult part of this problem. Because just slapping something together would not be hard. Well, I mean, let's convince myself of that, I guess. Let's write a bad solution. So if we see a red, first of all, we can stamp the blue in. And then we move into red state, which, let's say, is here. If I see... Now, while I'm in red, as long as I see reds, I just write them back. If I see... First of all, I already see I can improve my average time by routing through here with a pipe instead of around. If I see a blue, I write the red that I was hanging on to, and then I enter this state, right? Or can I enter this state? Can I get away with that? No. Because in this state, if I see a red, I won't write the blue that I should be hanging on to in my head at this stage. I do have to get to specifically here. No, don't do that. So I could do like this, I think. Oh, except that I still need to get out here. So does this work? It does, okay. So we can improve a little bit on time easily by wiping all that out. It won't. That column's coming back. I'm not winning on area by doing that. But if I just grab this and move it here, put a pipe here, like that, then we can make the common case of transitioning faster in exchange for the unusual case of having an empty tape be a tiny bit slower. Alright, so how did I do? Yeah, that's about what I thought. I'm actually a little surprised I didn't win on stampers here. Which ones can I save? Or scanners. They all look completely mandatory. I don't think I can avoid the green one, because there's no other way to know that I've processed all the input, because I'm rewriting the input as I read it. How much faster and so on am I supposed to do if I want to score well on this? Substantially faster. 2 fewer scanners? Are you kidding me? And quite a bit less area. 2 fewer scanners and stampers, huh? I guess that must mean that I can somehow avoid one of these reds and one of these blues. Because I have to have at least one red and at least one blue, and a green. I think those are all mandatory. And I need 3 states that I can be in, I think, for these things. Right? If you think of this whole thing as building like a finite state machine, or I guess in this case a queue machine, each internal state that you can be in is basically what is the next one of these that you're going to get routed to, the next scanner you're about to touch. And so the number of scanners that you have is the number of states in your queue automaton, in your queue machine. And I think we need 3 states. One for, I haven't read anything. God, do I need that? I thought I did. I don't need it on the way out, but I do need it when I'm transitioning to either the I've recently seen a red or I've recently seen a blue state. I think we need both of those. And when transitioning from the I haven't seen anything state, you have to make sure not to write something when you move to red or to blue. Whereas if you're moving from red to blue directly, or vice versa, you do need to write something. So I think I need all 3 of these states. And I need at least 3 scanners, so stampers. So I must be getting rid of 2 stampers somehow. It's kind of hard to see, isn't it? Ah, I get it. Sort of. No? My first thought was, oh, wait a minute. The first thing I do when I leave this branch is I write a blue. Why don't I write a blue before going into this branch? And the problem is, I can't do that because I don't always write a blue. I might go here. Right? I might just immediately exit. But maybe something like that can work? So, I've just read a blue, which I'm hanging on to because I might not want to output it. And I come up here. If I see a blue, I kind of have to output it and go back into this machine, right? And if I see a red, I have to like enter the red zone and I have to stamp it with blue. So there must be some like more invasive change I could make to the whole algorithm that would let me use fewer stampers. Because I think with the algorithm I have, I don't think I can do better. Oh, well... Is it... No. I was thinking, is it possible maybe to use the same stamper and have it go out to 2 different spaces somehow? And I thought maybe, oh, of course, I'll route it through a pipe, depending on... But, like, no, the stamper has a direction in it. The stamper can't itself be a pipe. If it could, then yes, you could use one stamper for 2 different, like, states. I don't know. I guess we're going to leave this one alone. Yeah, not really going to improve either of those metrics nearly enough. Okay, well, let's do lighting technician. Question, how many robots does it take to screw in a light bulb? Ooh, we have doors now. Remove all copies of the last command. That doesn't seem that easy. Because until you know you're at the end, you kind of have to be copying everything you see in order to remember how many of them there were. You can't just say, oh, I'm in the middle of a group of blues, I'll decide whether to output it based on what I run into. Because when you find out, oh, that you need to output it, you don't know how many to output. Huh. So if you're copying everything as you go, then when you finally get to the end, you can be like, oh, the last command was blue. Or the last, yeah, the last command was blue. Now I'm going to go through the tape again and remove the last group of blue. But even that is hard. Because how do you know you're in the last group of blue? There's no constraints on the input. So you can't, like, remember how many of them there were by just using, you know, one state per number. Like, oh, there were 11 of them, and I put down 11 scanners to help me remember that. You can't do that. There's not going to be enough space for that. Let alone it's horrible and ugly. And inelegant. So we have to somehow have a way to find the last group. That's so weird. How is this 2 stars? Like, kind words seemed very easy to find a solution to. It's just like, do exactly what you did a minute ago, but twice. Lighting technician, what is the algorithm? And it's 2 stars. Kind words was 3. Like, I must be stupid if I'm missing something so easy. So, if it's obvious enough to be marked like this... all copies of the last command. So, you might imagine, like, I don't know... What could you imagine? You could, like, as you read reds, don't copy them to red. Copy them to yellow, and copy blues to green. And... when you first reach a yellow or a green, then you'll know that you've cycled back around. Okay. But that still doesn't help. You still have to go through the tape again to find the last group, in this case of yellow or green, while translating or copying everything else, and then somehow detect that you've arrived at the last group. And not copy it. Can I have a hint? This is impossible. Oh! Now that I'm looking at the example, I see that I misunderstood the task. Okay. I thought they meant remove the last group of commands that are the same. And I think that's impossible with the tools we have. But figure out what the last command is, then remove all copies of it everywhere. That is much more doable. It seems like downright simple, in fact. There's really nothing to do except scan through the whole thing, copying everything, right? Put a green down so you know when you're done. And we need, once again, a state for I recently saw blue and a state for I recently saw red. I think we're going to want a pipe there. If it was empty, fine, we just output that because we haven't recently seen anything. I don't even know if I need a special state for that, actually. I could just pretend that I recently saw blue. Yeah, in fact, let's not make that special. Because it'll be fine if I see an empty one, and then I say, oh, I gotta go through that to erase all the blues. Nothing much will happen, right? So, I guess I hereby declare, I probably do want this pipe after all. I hereby declare that this is the state that we are in, having just seen a blue. And furthermore, rewritten that blue already. That's important. Because I can do this then. If I see a blue and I was in that state, I can just put the blue back on the tape and stay in that state. If I see a red, then I have to transition into... Well, I have to rewrite the red, first of all. And then I start copying... hang on. I start copying reds. If I see a blue, I come up to here, restamp that blue, and then enter this state, right? You, I guess, could easily go there. Yeah, so a red, And then in either case, when I see a green, I know that I'm ready to just start copying. Again. But I need to restamp the green again in both cases. You know, in fact, let's just write this once and then color swap it. Or mirror it for the other side. So I now enter... another red, green, blue scanner, I guess. Where the last thing I saw was blue. So for blues, I don't write anything. For reds... When I mirror, I'm going to be using up this space, aren't I? Can I do better? Well, whatever. We'll just write the algorithm simply and then figure out if we can improve it. Reds we write back, and the green we accept. So for example, if we run this on anything ending with blue, that should be correct, right? We copy the whole thing. We get to the end, and we say, oh look, there was a blue at the end. Take me to a state where I copy only reds and not blues. So that's fine. I'm gonna have to use either another column or another row to copy this, sadly. What's more expensive? Right now I'm 5 tall by 6 wide. So I guess adding another column is cheaper. So paste this in here. But color mirror it. And then give me a conveyor belt in. Not too happy with it, but it's a success. Evan, answer, just this one. Evan didn't think that was very funny, but you couldn't expect a robot to appreciate humor as sophisticated as this. I don't think we taught them about humor yet. Yeah. Not really knocking the doors down on any of this, huh? 18, that's quite remarkable. 8 scanners and stampers, I could save 3 of them, huh? It's gotta be a misprint, right? Oh man, show me the graphs? I mean, some people figured it out. I did slower than the average bear on this, I guess. Interesting. It seems pretty straightforward to me. Is there some better way to route it that I don't have to do this long-ass journey here? Maybe. Oh, of course there is. Oh, no. Well... I mean, I could have the blue output go closer to up here. Or... yeah, okay, I can at least make this a bit faster by rotating, not making this symmetrical. Make this one point down so that blue goes here and red goes here. It uses even more scanners and stampers. Right, we duplicate this red guy. But we don't have to do so badly in this little loop, right? So... like that. The blue... we could probably optimize the blue again by not trying to reuse this one, I guess, if we're trying to optimize for time on this. But... see, that's a bit faster. But doing even worse on scanners and stampers. If we really don't care about our stamper budget, we can duplicate this blue guy here. And just go straight into this. So that'll be a bit faster again as well. Still no time bonuses. A little closer, 63. 50 is pretty tough, it seems. Is there a faster way to route into that area? I don't really see one. Show me my slowest. Yeah, of course, it alternates all the time. So, blue into red is cheap. Red into blue is expensive. Well... Okay, one easy thing to note is that, well, no. I was about to say I can shave off a second in the opening by having this interact more directly with this thing, but I can't really. I need to have a regular conveyor belt that goes into here for the blue to use, and a green stamp thing that goes in for this to use. So, and I need a thing that goes in front of the green stamp thing, so I don't think I can do much there. Alright, I think I'm done with Lighting Technician, and it's been a reasonable length of a video, so we'll just declare an end here. What did we do today? Chess AI, kind words, Lighting Technician? Alright, not bad. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.